I got to the doctor, I passed out and I was unconscious for 9 days.
Julius Garber, High Point resident and World War II veteran, was drafted in 1942 at just 19 years old. Badly injured from tank shrapnel, Julius nearly lost his arm. After recovering in a hospital in Naples, Italy, Julius was redeployed and eventually captured as a German prisoner of war. While Julius was 22 when the war ended, he still carries memories and even scars with him 77 years later. Here's Julius's story.
We had just got trained for basic training in our basic training camp in Camp Croft, South Carolina, 2,090 officers. They sent them all up to front, and General Clark, he thought that we should have an attack on the Germans, and he ordered us to attack a German tank, where it shot and got me in the arm. And later, I was bled so much, and when I got to the doctor, I passed out and I was unconscious for 9 days. We were in Anzio beachhead fighting. The doctor, they mentioned taking the arm off. They said there's a supply plane landing at Anzio beachhead that was taking supplies to Naples, and they said you better see if we put them on the plane, and it'll take them to Naples Hospital, and that's a bigger, better hospital, and they worked to save it, and they were lucky they saved the arm. When I was in a hospital in Naples, he was in a bed next to me, and this is a picture of him, one of my only drawings during the war. He was gonna sign it in English, but I thought, being Japanese, I told him to sign it in Japanese, and he did that. But then it took about 2 months, and it got better, still hurt, still had a handicap for it, but they sent me back to fight anyway. And then I became a prisoner of war for almost a year. We had practically no food, and we lost to 35, 40 pounds. And I remember we were fixing railroad tracks, and we were in the forest planting trees.
When you were a prisoner of war with the Germans, did they know that you were Jewish?
No. They didn't care. We were Americans. Then the Americans came through and we were liberated. And when we got back to the States, there's an international code that if prisoners are ever captured, they can't be reintroduced to fight again. And I was made a White House MP. When I was an MP, they made a White House party for the MPs. I met President Truman and was introduced to him one-on-one. I was happy to do my part because Hitler was such a mean person.
Through his sacrifice and dedication in the U.S. military, Julius was awarded the Purple Heart Medal. Thank you, Julius, for your service.